tú, no existe quien me pueda a mí librar de un final fatal. Iré donde tú vayas, ganaré solo si tú peleas mis batallas. Tú nunca fallas, me rindo a tu voluntad, tú eres mi vida, camino y verdad. A ti me rindo, te lo doy todo. Oh man.
I'ma give you all my troubles. I'ma give you all my worries. I'ma give you all my struggles. I'ma give you all my problems. I'ma give you all my failures. I know you can solve them. I'ma give you all my troubles. I'ma give you all my worries. I'ma give you all my struggles. I'ma give you all my problems. I'ma give you all my failures. I know you can solve them. I'ma give it.
Her favorite fish is salmon, and you'll never know why. She's Quality Tam.
You're listening to Quality Talent, Star 88.
What is up? Hello, gorgeous. It's me, Quality Tam. Hi, just joining you. I mean me on Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Hi, guys. So good to see your beautiful faces. Oh, just jamming out. Listen to that. Remember, you can say hello to me on Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Make sure you give me a call, 505-338-3700, or give me a text at 505-585-5483. Hello and welcome to Quality Tam. Jamming out to some cool music because Star 88 has awesome music in general. Hope you enjoy the station. We'd love to hear what you think about it. Thank you for your text already. Someone had a question about school of ministry. I had talked about school of ministry earlier, and they do not have night classes from what I understand. But make sure that you go ahead and call Catherine at the number that I gave you guys earlier. You can also call Calvary here and ask for Catherine. They can send you to her. Talking about school ministry earlier, and it was just letting you guys know it was an awesome program, and there's an open house coming up. It is Sunday, July 8th, I believe, is when the open house is. From 2 to 3 in the hub here at Calvary's campus. And then they're going to do like a little teaching and stuff, so you'll be able to kind of ask a bunch of questions and everything there if you're thinking about going. Application deadline is July 31st. You can get your applications in early, though, because sometimes they get slammed. All right. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Said that we were going to talk about some conflict resolution. Now, we talked about confrontation before, and although confrontation is a part of sometimes conflict resolution, because there's a conflict, so sometimes you have to have a confrontation about it, remember that conflict resolution is a little bit different. So, going to define a little bit of a conflict for you. What is conflict? Conflicts are disagreements, struggles, or battles over opposing issues or principles. And conflictus is the Latin word. It means an act of striking together or clashing with. Sometimes you can definitely feel that when you're going through a conflict. You feel like you're clashing big time. And then in the Greek, that's where the English word comes from. We pulled it after we pull it from the Greek. I think it's agon, from the English word, which means agony, is derived. That's where it's derived from. Originally meaning a place of conflict, and this word came to mean the actual conflict itself, any kind of conflict, struggle, or strife. So that's where conflict came from. And then also understanding that resolution versus reconciliation is a very different thing. Resolution, finding a resolution and a reconciliation, we oftentimes will mistake those as being the same thing, but they are different. Resolution means finding the answer. Finding the answer. It's the process of reducing things into simpler form. And sometimes you can have a resolution, but reconciliation sometimes isn't in the picture, even if you have found resolution to the issue. Reconciliation means that you are fully restored to in harmony, to bring together again, you know? And some differences may never really be resolved, but again, you can still be reconciled to those who you differ with. Whom you differ with, I think is the correct word there. And God requires only really that, because he tells us to, as much as possible, as much as is in our strength to do so, to seek to be at peace with everyone. So it's important that we do that. Question, is forgiveness the same as reconciliation? Well, the answer is no, because forgiveness is not the same in the sense that forgiveness focuses on the offense, whereas reconciliation focuses on the relationship. Now, forgiveness can still focus on wanting a better relationship. That's when you want reconciliation, after you have forgiven. But there are two parts there. Forgiveness requires really no relationship, but while reconciliation requires nurturing a relationship. Actually, it's like a time of coming together in which two people are in agreement and they're walking together towards the same goal. The Bible in Amos 3:3 says, "Do two walk together unless they have agreed to do so?" Something to keep in mind. Now, I wanted to describe conflict a little bit more here. What is God's heart on conflict resolution? Well, conflict can be used to accomplish God's purpose. As I mentioned earlier in the 3 o'clock hour, that it can be a good thing. We don't have to be afraid of it. You don't have to be scared. Don't be scared, everybody. Everything's going to be all right. Romans 8:28 says that we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. So don't be afraid of it. God will make something beautiful come from it. Conflicts can't always be avoided, and we have to be very aware of that. John 16:33 says, "I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world." And that's an encouraging thing to know, that God has overcome the world. Therefore, he's overcome the conflicts that are involved in the world. Conflicts aren't necessarily bad. So when they're handled well, they really do provide an opportunity for role modeling. You can be an example. There's a time to grow. I just had a conversation with somebody today who's just like, we're working through this conflict and that's how it's got to be. And God has been so faithful to produce growth and to produce health and happiness, because happiness can come from this kind of thing. Now, a lot of the times you don't feel happy when you're going through it. That is an emotion. Remember, we talked about the joy of the Lord is our strength. So we can't just bank on feeling happy, because sometimes we don't feel happy. But dealing with conflict can truly bring happiness in a relationship, in a friendship, in conversation when you're talking with people and dealing with conflicts on a regular basis. So remember, they're not necessarily bad. And the Bible says in Proverbs 27:17, "As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another." Something to keep in mind. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll finish talking a little bit about conflicts just on that section itself, and then go into some deeper layers, because you know how I like those onions, right? Like when I peel back an onion. I do like onions in my food sometimes, but this is like an onion. Learning about ourselves, learning about who God made us to be, learning about how to break through and walk through the different difficulties of this life. And in the 5 o'clock hour, we're going to have some fun, some more fun, if you will, because we're already having fun, right? Feel free to text me, 585-5483. Text me to that live line, 585-5483. Hi, everybody on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Going to be checking your comments here in just a minute. When we come back, talk more on conflict. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Quality Tam on Star 88.
William Tyndale said this: "We do not wish to abolish teaching and to make every man his own master. But if the teachers will not teach the gospel, the layman must have the scripture and read it for himself, taking God for his teacher." Star 88 with a solar flash.
'cause you are faithful in every way. And I would declare that your love lasts forever. And I need to worry, my eyes fixed on you. 'Cause you have my heart, all of my life. I will lift your name on high, King of all. 'Cause you are my strength, the beginning and the end. And I will seek you every day, King of all. Come on! Yeah! And through every desert, your love makes a river. And bringing new life wherever it flows. And I feel the wind of your spirit around me. And I'm drifting after wherever it goes. Come on! 'Cause you have my heart, all of my life. And I will lift your name on high, King of all. 'Cause you are my strength, the beginning and the end. And I will seek you every day, King of all. And let a heart sing to you. And we will follow only you. Let our hearts sing to you. And we will follow only you. And let your light shine. Show us who we are, King of all, King of all. You're King of all.
Right at home on all the social media. Find us on Instagram at Star88FM.
Lately I've been reeling, watching the nightly news. Don't seem to find the rhythm, just wanna sing the blues. Feels like a song that never stops. Feels like it's never gonna. Gotta get that fire back in my bones before my heart turns into stone. So when somebody please pass the megaphone, I'll shout it on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. I'm singing to the sky. Give me strength to raise my voice. Let me testify. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. 'Cause this is do or die. The time has come to make a choice. And I choose. Let it move. Let it move. Let it move. Yeah, I choose. Let it move you. Let it move. Let it move. Yeah, back when I was younger, my eyes were full of life. But now that I am older, I live at the speed of light. Feels like the cycle never stops. Feels like it's never gonna. Gotta get that fire back in my bones before my heart turns into stone. So when somebody please pass the megaphone, I'll shout it on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. I'm singing to the sky. Give me strength to raise my voice. Let me testify. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. 'Cause this is do or die. The time has come to make a choice. And I choose. Let it move. Let it move. Let it move. Yeah, I choose. Let it move you. Let it move. Let it move. Though I walk through the valley in the shadow of night, oh, with you by my side, I'm stepping into the light. I choose. Let it move you. Let it move. Let it move. I need that joy, 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 joy down in my heart to stay. I need that joy, 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 joy down in my heart to stay. Joy, 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 joy down in my heart to stay.
Some say she's machine washable. Some say she isn't. She's quality tan.
We are back. Welcome. Welcome back to Quality Tam, talking about conflict resolution. Yes, we've talked about confrontation before, but conflict resolution. It's when there's a serious issue going on that needs to be fixed, right? Now, we talked about conflict being a disagreement, struggle, battle over opposing issues or principles. Who are you in conflict with today? Having some conflicts in your life? Conflicting things going on? Talked about resolution versus reconciliation. They are two different things, resolution versus reconciliation. Resolution doesn't always mean that you're going to reconcile. It's finding the answer. You have that resolution, which is finding the answer. It's sort of the process of reducing things into simpler form to lessen. And then to reconcile something is to fully restore. So you're back to harmony, bringing it together again. I had a question, is forgiveness the same thing as reconciliation? No, it's not. Forgiveness is not the same as reconciliation. Forgiveness focuses on the offense, whereas reconciliation focuses on the relationship. So we forgive in order to reconcile sometimes. And sometimes reconciliation doesn't come all the time with forgiveness. Sometimes people have passed away, but you can still forgive them. And you can't reconcile it with them necessarily, but there has been forgiveness that has taken place. Then we went into just different types of conflict, what God's heart is on conflict. Talked about how conflict can be used to accomplish God's purpose. In Romans 8:28, we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him. For in all things, we know that in all things, not just some, just really want to hone that in. God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. That's Romans 8:28. And then want to bring up something else. So here we go. Conflicts. Conflicts require action towards peace. It's important that that's the goal, is that we go towards peace. And in Romans 14:19, the Bible says, "Let us therefore make every effort to do what leads to peace and to mutual edification." Sometimes with conflict, it's really tough because it's hard to deal with certain people or hard to deal with certain situations. But in every way possible and everything that we can do, let us therefore make every effort to do what leads to peace. Everything you can do, and to mutual edification. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. You've done your part. You've done the best that you can. That's a very important thing. But remember, make sure that it really is all that you can do. All right. Conflicts require advanced preparation and planning. 1 Peter 1:13, prepare your minds for action. Be self-controlled. Set your hope fully on the grace to be given you when Jesus is revealed. Now, conflicts requiring advanced preparation and planning. It's important not to just go into something and say, all right, let's figure out this conflict. Let's just do this. Let's just figure this out. That's not always going to be the answer. You know what I mean? It's not always going to work like that. So we have to make sure that we're planning ahead. And sometimes you can't plan. Sometimes it comes at you and you have to deal with it right then and there. That's okay too. But ask God to give you the wisdom that you need, because sometimes a conversation will come up and you will end up having conflict resolution simply because the conversation arose. Conflict can be settled through negotiation. Listen to advice and accept instruction, and in the end, you will be wise. Proverbs 19:20 says, listen to advice and accept instruction, and in the end, you will be wise. So who creates conflict and who keeps it going? I kind of liked this write-up on who creates conflict and who keeps it going because they label it as 3 attackers and then there's the avoiders. And I thought it was pretty cool because it describes them as different animals, and I want to see what you think about it. Remember, you can text me at 585-LIVE, that's 585-5483, or give me a phone call, 505-338-3700. The first one that they describe is a wolf. Wolves are fierce, savage, and cruel animals that make a terrible howling sound and attack even large animals. They possess immense stamina to travel long distances. They use scent markings to claim their territory, communicating this territory is occupied. This territory is mine. So I just thought it was interesting because then it goes into talking about wolves as, you know, they have a goal to feel powerful. And then this article kind of goes into like your childhood and stuff and how things are developed sort of when you're a kid, which we'll address a little bit later. But I want you guys to keep this in mind as we kind of go back and forth between these descriptions. Wolves have a goal to feel powerful. Okay, so, and we're going to get more into it in a little bit. The word wolf is also used in reference to people who are known to be wolves in sheep's clothing by cloaking their intentions beneath an innocent, friendly manner. Known to be forward, direct, and zealous in the seduction of women or men. Known to wolf down food, eating greedily, devouring their food like prey. And then the second one is snakes. A snake, a serpent, a viper. We're describing these because I want you to get these visuals in your head for who creates conflict and who keeps it going. There's a point to this, and I want to give you a visual. So keep this in mind. We got the wolf, right? Now we're going to go to the snake. Snakes, serpents, vipers. These are creeping creatures that can also move rapidly. Although many snakes are harmless, they are most often feared for their hissing, rattling, biting, and stinging. And they inflict burning pain and cause inflammation where they bite. And then we have, it says considered cunning and subtle. They can also be malicious and deadly poisonous creatures. So the word serpent is also used in reference to people who are known to be dangerous, treacherous persons. known to inject injurious venom into people or groups by poisoning their minds, hearts, and reputations. Known to act silently, secretly, and they like to inflict injury on others. Then we have the hornet. Number 3, the hornet. Hornets are any of the larger social wasps, which, because they possess biting mouth parts, can bite and sting at the same time. Just one hornet can mobilize an entire nest to sting aggressively. And in a swarm, they can drive cattle and horses to madness. The word hornet is also used in reference to people who are known to be excessively angry or mad as a hornet, you've heard it said, known to gather others so as to swarm a person or place, thus creating havoc or harm with stings like slander and threats and accusations. And then they're known to build hornets' nests of angry, venomous people who can be deadly. The hornets, okay? So now when we come back, we're going to talk about 3 avoiders, which are the tortoises, the chameleons, and what do you think the third one is? Well, I'm not going to tell you. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll talk about the 3 avoiders, the inwardly passive groups of people, and then I'll tell you why in the world this makes sense. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Quality Tam on Star 88.
Star 88 thanks Cello Grill for being a power partner. Cello Grill features Mediterranean cuisine like veggies, chicken, beef, and lamb kebabs, and gyros. They have salads, stew, Persian rice, and baklava. Online ordering and full menu are available online at cellogrill.com. Cello Grill is located at 5010 Cutler Avenue, Suite A on San Mateo and Cutler, near I-40. Thank you, Cello Grill, for supporting Star 88.
When the bottom drops out of our lives, where can we find help for our pain? Pastor Greg Laurie says, take it to the Lord. Well, see, God wants us to come to Him, and He'll be with us all along the journey. Important encouragement coming this week on A New Beginning with Pastor Greg Laurie.
Make an appointment with Greg Laurie weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM. Star 88, with the best worship from Passion and Hillsong. You'll never need to travel again.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the Welcome to the room of people who have rooms of people that they love one day locked away. Just because we check the guns at the door doesn't mean our brains will change from hand grenades. You're a lemon on the psychopath sitting next to you. You're a lemon on the murderer sitting next to you. You don't think I get it sitting next to you. But after all I've said, please don't forget. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. We don't deal with outsiders very well. They say newcomers have a certain smell. Yeah, trust issues not to mention. They say they can smell your intentions. You'll have another freak show sitting next to you. You'll have some weird people sitting next to you. You don't think I didn't get there sitting next to you. But after all I've said, please don't forget. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make tries to stay away. And now they're outside ready to bust. It looks like you might be one of us.
They say in space, no one can hear you scream. But you can still hear Star 88.
I've never known a love like this before. A love like this can change the world. Oh, what a world. This is love amazing. And this love keeps changing us. It's so captivating. This love so scandalous. Across the land and across the sea, people searching. Billions of hearts looking for hope. Hear them calling. For this love amazing. For this love that keeps changing us. It's so captivating. This love so scandalous. Let your love shine. Let your love shine. Let your love shine through us, through us. Let your love shine. Let your love shine. Let your love shine through us, through us. You've never known a love like this before. This is love amazing. And this love keeps changing us. It's so captivating. This love so scandalous. This is love amazing. Let your love shine. Keeps on changing us. It's so captivating. This love so scandalous.
Ravi Zacharias says, our culture is morally suicidal. Here's Ravi on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
I don't know what you're facing today. I know some of the struggles I face and the challenges I face. And I never begin a day without talking to him, saying, Lord, I don't think I can go through this if you're not with me. The battle is his. On this Remembrance Day, isn't it wonderful to know that he is your defender? He is your mender. He is your restorer and strengthener. He is your creator and designer. He is your redeemer and reconciler. There is no worldview that gives to you what the gospel does in the saving grace of Jesus Christ, who offers to come and live within you and be your Savior.
A Star 88 PowerPoint.
When you look at me, what do you see? There is more to me. It's the color I bleed. Why do we build all these walls up? Don't know about you, but I'm better. Can you tell me where we met?
Some say she can find magnetic north without a compass. Yeah, she's quality Tam.
Yellow, I'm back. Bum-ba-dum-ba-ba. I never can hit that note. It's a hard thing to go from high to low, and as a singer, it's driving me nuts. Driving me crazy. Hey, guys. While I was waiting for you to come back through beautiful music and song, enjoying this beautiful station of Star 88, I was thinking about the topic that we're covering today. And this is my last break in this hour, I believe, before the 5 o'clock hour hits. And in the 5 o'clock hour, I get to have a special guest. We're going to be playing a little game called Are You My Friend? I'm going to be playing this game because it talks about conflict, and maybe I want to start some conflict today. I'm kidding, mostly. But I do want to see, I want to see if people will know things about me. We're going to ask them a few questions, and we're going to see if they know if they really are my friend. The reason I bring this up is just to give a lighthearted perspective and little lighthearted approach to calming down a situation when there's conflict. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be creating conflict on the phone lines. You're going to see me probably get a little heated if there's particular people who don't even know that it's me. But you know what? I can't get mad at them. And I'm learning today about conflict resolution, and I'm learning today about causes of conflict, just like you are. So it's just a little fun game that we thought we'd add to the show just today, just to keep it lighthearted, you know what I mean? Okay, so when we finished and I left you guys for a little bit of a break, we talked about the 3 attackers, outwardly aggressive. Talked about wolves and what they're like, described a wolf and things that people who are known as wolves, known to be wolves in sheep's clothing. They're known to be forward and direct and zealous. In some cases, like seduction of women or men, that kind of thing. You've heard it used before. They're a wolf coming at you. Known to wolf down food, so eating greedily, devouring their food like prey. Talked about snakes and serpents and vipers and people who have been known to be called a snake or a serpent or a viper type person. Known to be dangerous and treacherous people. To inject injurious venom into people's or groups by poisoning their mind, their hearts, or their reputation. Maybe they like to spread gossip and be mean and plant that poison, spit that poison in those groups. Talked about the hornet. Hornets are the hornet kind of people referred to when they're referenced to people known to be excessively angry or mad as a hornet, you've heard it said. Known to gather others so as to swarm a person or place, thus creating havoc or harm with stings, for example, accusations, threats, slander, those kinds of things. And then we said we're going to move into the 3 avoiders. So the 3 avoiders, inwardly passive, okay? The tortoise. And the reason I describe these is because we're going to revisit them here in just a second. But I want to give you guys a visual of these kinds of people because we're going to look inward and see what kind of person we are. Tortoises possess excellent nighttime vision, but poor daytime vision because of their color blindness. They have short, sturdy feet, famous for moving slowly, partly because of their heavy shells, but also because of their relatively inefficient, sprawling gait. The word tortoise or turtle is also used in reference to people who are known for being slow or being stragglers, so straggling behind, known for withdrawing into a shell when threatened, known for dawdling or shirking responsibility. And then we have the chameleon. The chameleons can change to a variety of colors, brown, green, blue, yellow, red, black, or white, in response to temperature, light, and mood. A calm chameleon can be green, but when angry, it can turn yellow. Chameleons possess elongated tongues that can be up to twice the length of their bodies, and their eyes move independently of each other, which is kind of funny, giving sharp, I don't know what that word is, a certain kind of vision, and then depth perception. The word chameleon is also used in reference to people who are known to change their minds or even their character, but only superficially, merely to be expedient. Known for their quick or frequent changes, especially in appearance, in order to fit in. And then they're also known to blend in with diverse groups by reflecting each group's look, behavior, and belief with the group, whichever group that they're with. So, as I read these, the reason I read these to us is because I want us to get a visual of what these are so that we can look inward and also notice what is around us. Last one, weasels. The word weasel is also used in reference to people who are known to act deviously, known to use weasel words in order to when they're insincere, they're trying to like get their way, but they're being insincere about it. So they weasel their way through life. You've heard that said. Or weasel out of it, known to evade or escape from a situation by weaseling out of it. You know any weasels out there? Now, we're not name calling anybody, but we are just defining these words because it's important for us, because I am actually going to be using this for a point. So, those are some just visuals for you, just to have in your head. And causes of conflict. Now, this is going to come back to it because I'm going to talk about our early childhood and why this goes back to kind of when we're kids and things like that and why it plays a part. Causes of conflict. Conflict was experienced by the first family God created, right? Conflict among Adam and Eve and their offspring. And it still is being experienced in homes today, as well as in the workplaces and churches, among all these, among the nations, okay? So who hasn't at times wanted to throw their hands up and just be like, why can't we all just get along? How many times have you said that? Well, we can with the empowerment of God and through our obedience to Him. His word provides principles for peace that can bring about the supernatural result of reconciliation and resolution. Take it from any spectrum, right? From the boardroom to the bedroom is what it is titled in the article. From the workplace to the whatever place. I'm trying to find a W. No, it's not working. But 1 Thessalonians 5:11 does say, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. It's very important that we do that. Everyone has it. No one wants it and no one can escape it. What is it? One common denominator for all of us, and that is conflict. But where does it come from? People who act the way that they do. I mean, is it a combination between something? I think so. I think it absolutely is a combination between a couple things. So, a couple factors that I think it's a combination between: natural temperament or personality types. Which one is it? Okay, so you were born with a natural bent towards being outgoing or reserved, right? Compliant or defiant, aggressive or passive. Your temperament, your personality traits, can work to your advantage or disadvantage depending on whether you learn to use them productively in resolving conflicts or destructively in creating conflicts. 2 Corinthians 3:5 says, not that we are competent in ourselves to claim anything for ourselves, but our competence comes from God. So look back at your early childhood experiences. You were deeply influenced by your early family relationships through words that you heard and behaviors that you saw that gave you messages about who you are and what you do and how to respond to conflict. And you can change the assumptions that you adopted about yourself or about conflict resolution that are influencing your behavior today by identifying the messages that you received growing up in your family and evaluating them as to whether they're helpful or harmful. So, taking a look at some physical factors here, you were born with certain physical characteristics such as brain chemistry that may be affecting the way that you respond to the rush of adrenaline experienced during times of conflict. And then there's learned behaviors. Then you may have unintentionally learned patterns of responding to conflict by following the example of significant people in your life, like you're kind of following their pattern, right? And you might be subconsciously modeling your behavior after those who either attack or avoid conflict. So you can intentionally unlearn a behavior, and it's a behavior pattern that we have, by determining to learn new behaviors, by modeling yourself after people who embrace conflict as a fact of life and who find ways of productively resolving them. Proverbs 1:5 says, let the wise listen and add to their learning, and let the discerning get guidance. Pretty awesome verse. I like it a lot. And I think that when we look at it this way, and we look at conflict and we see what God's doing and how He's growing us in our walk with Him, sometimes we have to I think all the time we have to view conflict as a good thing. It can be a good thing. It can be a good thing. So last thing before I take a break here, and then we're going to come into our 5 o'clock hour and have a blast, hopefully. And I need your participation. I need you guys to call in and text in. So make sure that you do that, okay? I'm giving you the number, which is 505-585-5483, or give me a call, 338-3700. All right, so would you say that all of this has to deal with our love, significance, and security? Because I've brought this up before on the show, and I'm wondering, does it all come back to this again? Because these needs can be translated into the need to feel heard and understood, to feel encouraged and at peace, to feel affirmed and accepted, to feel confident and courageous, right? Or these needs can be negatively translated into the need to feel superior. So unmet needs can become the driving force behind why we act the way that we act when we're faced with a conflict. And the challenge, of course, is to find a way to get our legitimate needs met legitimately rather than illegitimately. And that can be accomplished only through a personal, intimate relationship with Christ, which is why we talk about that. It's not just something we say or just a churchy attitude. It's the truth. It's how we live. The Bible in 2 Peter 1:3 says, His divine power has given us everything we need for life and godliness through our knowledge of Him who called us by His own glory and goodness. So, attackers, when we talked about the wolves, when we come back, I'm going to give you the reason why I brought it up, and then also ways to attack that and ways in which we can be humble and our approach can be humble, going before God and saying, okay, God, how do we work through this? What are you doing in my life, and how can I do my part that you've asked me to do? So we're going to come back. We're going to talk about attackers and how they can feel insignificance, which is the wolves, the serpents, the hornets, right? And then the avoiders, how sometimes avoiders can feel insecure about some things. And then just some solutions to that. And then we're going to play our fun game. So don't go anywhere. Hopefully this is helpful. Let me know what you think. Call me, text me, let me know. Give me your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. 338-3700. That's 505-338-3700. Or join us on Facebook Live. Say hello to me. Hi. Hi, newcomers and people who are just joining us on Facebook Live and YouTube Live as well. Give me a text at 585-5483. That's 585-5483. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Founding Father James Madison once said, "The future and success of America is not in this Constitution, but in the laws of God upon which this Constitution is founded." That's a solar flare on Star 88.
Hands over my face while I play along. Vision just as clear with my eyes closed. A foreign language only you and I know. Don't know where we're heading, but we're so close, dancing on the edge of something beautiful. So stay with me now. My heart is calling out. Just say that you want me now. Say that you want me now. What
You voted Star 88's Morning Invasion Top 5 at Albuquerque the Magazine. Thank you.
Yo. Enjoy this song.
You hear the cry that can't be heard. You see the heart that's filled with hurt. You know the name of every unknown orphan child. Oh Lord of compassion, please help me to see your love for this world could shine through me. Take my heart and give me yours. Break my heart, give me yours. Break my heart, give me You give your grace to those in need. You break the chains, set captives free. You heal the pain of every broken-hearted home. Oh Lord of compassion, please help me to see your love for this world could shine through me. Take my heart and give me yours. Break my heart, give me yours. Break my heart, give me yours. Let my heart always beat with this love that I seek. I wanna be your hands and feet to give your hope to those in need. Let my heart always beat with this love that I seek. I wanna be your hands and feet to give your hope to those in need. So break my heart and give me yours. Break my heart, 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 give me yours.
This is KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, New Mexico's fresh alternative.
What am I doing with my life? I need some motivation. I'm somewhere in between insanity and desperation. Why doesn't anything go right? I need an explanation. I'm somewhere in between the tragedy and devastation. But I'm not worried about it. At least that's what you want me to say. But there ain't no way around it. I wanna run away. not living without you. So come away with me, and let's travel the world and see all the things that we've only seen on TV. But I'm not living without you. So come on, let's get away, and let's do all the things that we wanted to do. I don't care how long it takes. What am I doing with my time? I need some inspiration. Somewhere in between a masterpiece and relaxation. What's going on inside my mind? I need some conversation. Somewhere in between humanity and isolation. But I'm not worried about it. At least that's what you want me to say. But there ain't no way around it. I wanna run away, but I'm not leaving without you. So come away with me, and let's travel the world and see all the things that we've only seen on TV. I'm not leaving without you. So come on, let's get away, and let's do all the things that we wanted to do. I don't care how long it takes.
She thought Jurassic Park was a documentary. She's quality tan.
You're listening to Quality Talent, Star 88.
Hello! We are back. Talking about conflict resolution, running out of time because we have such great information. Some of you are wondering who this random man is in the room. Don't worry, I'll adjust Facebook Live so you guys can see him a little bit better. I'll introduce him in just a second. You might already know who he is. His friends call him Cray Cray on the street. So, maybe you've heard of him. I don't know. We'll see. When we took a break, said when we came back, we're going to be talking about some more conflict resolution. I was talking to you guys about attackers and about avoiders. And who are you? Are you an attacker or are you an avoider when it comes to conflict and conflict resolution? I defined the wolf, the serpent, the hornet earlier, and then I defined a tortoise as well, and a couple other ones. Chameleon, remember that? If you missed it, feel free to go back on Facebook Live or YouTube Live. The wolves, they have a goal to feel powerful. Now, we talked about how this can go back to our childhood sometimes. Children who grow up feeling insignificant within their families typically become driven by the need to feel significant. And this drive can result in finding destructive ways of meeting this need. Children who feel powerless can develop aggressive tactics to overpower others. And these newly developed wolves become fiercely competitive in order to feel like true winners. Is that you? Is that me? Think about it. Ask God what he's telling you right now. They become dictatorial in order to feel powerful. Thus, their need to feel significant is met temporarily, so it doesn't even last. Serpents have a goal to feel superior. Children who grow up regularly experiencing put downs, those ones, and are the target of belittling comments may become driven by the need to overcome feelings of inferiority. Children who feel inferior can become behind-the-scene backbiters, and this can be a serious issue. These newly developed serpents spread poisonous rumors in order to feel superior to others temporarily. Is this you? It's a good question to ask. I'm asking all of us. Ask ourselves. We have to look inward, right? The hornet, having a goal to feel valuable. Children who grow up being told that children are to be seen but not heard, or whose opinions and feelings are virtually disconnected, typically they become driven by the need to be valuable, to be heard and understood. Children who don't feel valuable typically can develop a negative attitude, making constant complaints in a way to get the ear of others, leaving these newly developed hornets feeling valuable enough to be heard and understood temporarily. So which one are you? Avoiders feeling insecure. The tortoise has a goal to feel safe. Children who don't feel safe typically make being safe their life goal, seeking to protect themselves from danger by turning inward and emotionally walling themselves off from others. These newly developed tortoises feel a sense of safety temporarily. And then the chameleons, they have a goal to feel accepted. So children who grow up with criticism and negative feedback from significant adults in their lives and who don't receive compliments and praise typically become driven by the need for acceptance. Children starved for acceptance can become classic people pleasers. They do whatever they think is necessary in order to make and keep everyone happy so as not to be criticized or rejected, leaving them, these newly developed chameleons, feeling accepted temporarily. So, last one, the weasel. This is our last one, the weasel. Children who grow up with an overprotective, controlling parent and who have no firm boundaries or personal accountability for their actions typically become driven by the need for confidence, okay? Children who lack courage to take a stand find that becoming shrewd and evasive rather than honest and forthright keep them out of trouble. This leaves the newly developed weasels with a sense of confidence and courage temporarily. Philippians 4:19 says, "My God will meet all your needs according to his glory, his glorious riches in Christ Jesus." And that's so important because the fact that we do funny things because we're trying to avoid things or we're trying to attack because we have a lack or there's a need in us and we feel like we have to fill that need with something else. But in turn, God wants us to be humble. He wants us not to use our higher position to take advantage of the people that are lower than us or the people who we think are lower than us. Really, in all reality, we're standing there looking at each other with equal eyes here, saying we're all God's children, using integrity, being absolutely honest about the problems, vulnerability, sharing your heart's feelings, sharing what you're really feeling, knowing and trying to communicate that. Be patient with people who have a harder time communicating. And then submission. Don't force an action that's not under your control. Optimism, expect the best of another person. Faith, remember the sovereign hand of God. That's huge. Exhortation, choose your words carefully. Is that you today? Just an encouragement, conflict resolution, talking about dealing with difficult people and all that fun stuff that each of us sometimes have a really hard time dealing with. Sir Aaron.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
To the show.
What an honor.
It is what I was trying to find music to play for you while you were here. I'm going to try
Let's
this
do my
one
own.
and see if that one's going to work because it's kind of like you a little bit. Because you're like, because you're a singer, you know what I mean? Boom.
I like it. That'll work.
Does that feel right?
It feels
good.
right. It feels good.
Feels good. So we're going to keep it. Wait till that beat drops. Boom. See what I'm talking about? Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, this is Aaron Rayleigh.
Hey, guys.
And so Aaron and I, we have a very unique friendship, don't we?
We do.
And we feel like we can sometimes read each other's minds.
It happens.
A little bit. And it's usually in the form of laughter.
Most of the time.
And you speak in a voice that I think in, which hold it in the bag. Don't let it out yet. Don't let it out yet because we're going to take a quick break. But I want to introduce you because when we come back, Aaron is going to help me lighten the mood here. Now, we talked about a conflict resolution. We talked about critical spirit a couple shows ago. Conflict resolution today, sort of solving problems, dealing with difficult people, and how that works, because people are hard. You know what I mean?
So hard sometimes.
And so we talked about a few things today, covered a lot, talked about conflict, what it is. Conflict can be a good thing. God uses conflict to make us stronger.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about some personality differences, temperament differences. But in all reality, the fact is that moving forward and identifying who God has made us to be, the things we should and should not do,
Right.
by looking deep into our souls, having a little come to Jesus moment,
Right.
and saying, what is it? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I allowing this to happen? And am I the person creating conflict, or am I causing resolution? Am I the one bringing reconciliation and forgiveness
Yeah, that
towards the situation?
self-awareness.
Yes.
Yeah,
Isn't that
self-awareness.
huge?
is So good.
It's huge. So when we come back, we're going to play a game.
All right.
We're going to lighten the mood, and what you're going to do is you're going to be making some phone calls for me.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
I'm going to dial them.
Okay.
And you're going to be talking and asking some people some questions. We're going to see who my friends really are. We're talking about conflict today, and in order to stir the pot, to create a little bit of conflict in this room, we're going to
Okay.
find out the real, true friends, if
Wow.
they really know
Friends of Tam.
who Quality
Are
Tam
they
is.
real friends?
Okay, we'll be back when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Quality Tam, you're listening to Star 88.
A solar flare. The best thing to give your enemy is forgiveness. To an opponent, tolerance. To a friend, your heart. To your child, a good example. To a father, deference. To your mother, conduct that'll make her proud of you. To yourself, respect. To all others, charity. Benjamin Franklin said that. Yeah, a Star 88 solar flare.
I hear your laugh calling my name, and I came running home. Made you the king over my pain. You helped me let it go. Now I know that I know that I know that you are for real. 'Cause your love hit me straight to my heart. Yeah, this is for real. Everything I have is yours. Jesus, 'cause you gave it all. Heaven opened up my eyes. Giving it, I hear you calling me closer and closer. Everything I have is yours. You made my life into something beautiful. No looking back to the old me. No matter what I feel. Now I know that I know that I know that you are for real. 'Cause your love hit me straight to my heart. Yeah, this is for real. Everything I have is yours. Jesus, 'cause you gave it all. Heaven opened up my eyes. Now I see that you are God. Everything I have is yours. Jesus, 'cause you gave it all. Heaven opened up my eyes. Giving it, I hear you calling me closer and closer. Everything I have is yours. Heaven's eyes on us now. Fill this place. Fill this space. Heaven's eyes on us now. Fill this place. Fill this space. Fill this place.
She says she knows everything about New Mexico flora and fauna. We aren't so sure, though. She's Quality Tan.
What's up? We're back. Quality Tam here. We are about to play a game. Sir Aaron Rayleigh, the Aaron Rayleigh, the one who knows how to make me gut laugh deep within, is going to be here, and I have chosen no one better than you.
This will be a lot of fun.
Because I think you're going to do a great job. Thanks for coming in here last minute. Here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be playing a game where we're going to be calling people who claim to be my friend. And they're going to have to answer 3 questions that you give them, okay? So when I call them, I'm not going to say anything until, it's time to talk.
Right.
Until I have to reprimand them for not knowing the answer.
I think the first test will be if they answer the phone
right.
in the first place.
Okay, here we go. We're doing it. We're doing it. Making this phone call. There it is. All right. Hold on a second.
One number at a time.
Okay. 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 All right. This is a pretty long number. All right.
Same amount of numbers as every number.
Let's see what we got.
Praise the Lord.
Oh, this better be good. You better not mess this up.
Better answer.
Okay. You know what? This is just embarrassing. Nope. He's not doing it, is he? He's not going to do it.
He
Look
might
at him.
not answer it.
Think he's gonna go
He's
to the
a busy man.
voicemail? Is it voicemail?
Maybe he doesn't have voicemail set up.
You know what? He might not.
I think he has an Android.
Now this is the problem with having to.
Please leave your message for.
Nope, not doing it. Okay, you know what? We're hanging up on him. We're making another phone call. Now, guys, this is important for me because these are supposedly my friends, and we are gonna find out if this is real.
You have
Okay?
to answer the phone.
All right. Here we go. Here's another one. Is this person my friend or are they not? Oh, this better be good. This better be good. Okay. She better not be busy. Oh, gosh. Some people's kids.
Hello?
Hi, Miss Teresa. This is Aaron from Star 88, and you are on the radio right now. I just have a few questions for you.
Okay.
I have a friend here who must remain unnamed. And
Okay.
she claims that you're her friend. And we just have a few questions. If you already know who she is, that's excellent. But to tell if you really do,
Okay.
you need to see if you answer these questions
I'm assuming I
correctly.
know who it is.
The assumption is probably clear.
Okay.
Question number 1.
Don't screw this up.
What is her favorite meat?
Chicken.
Chicken. So far, so good. The second question. What is her nickname?
Well, the nickname I give this person I think you're talking about, I call her Scooter.
Scooter. Is that correct? We have a correct answer. The third and probably most personal question I've ever asked another human in my entire life.
Okay.
What is the name of her, quote, jacked up toe, end quote? Come on, Teresa. Big money, big money,
I
big money.
don't know if I should divulge that, but I'm going
No,
to
it's okay.
go out on a
Just
limb
many
and
people
say
are listening now.
Lupita.
What was that again?
Lupita.
Is that correct? We have a winner. Okay.
Mother! Hello, Mom.
I had a feeling it might be you.
Hi, Mommy. I just thought I would call you. You know, I called my first friend. I consider you my friend because you are my mother, but you really are such a friendly woman.
I really am your mother.
You really are my mother. Thank you for not lying about that in my life. I appreciate it. I'm just calling some of my friends because I want to. We're talking about conflict resolution today, and there's going to be some conflict if some people tell me they're my friends, but they
And they
don't
don't
really
pick up
know
the
me.
phone?
Yeah. So
Yes, that's-
sounds like she's.
Have you been listening to the? Are you listening
That's a
right
lucky
now?
guess. It's a lucky
No,
guess. It's a lucky guess.
There's no way she knew that.
Yeah, so anyway, Mom, thank you for answering the phone, one. And two, thank you for answering all those questions correctly. We do appreciate it. You do win 1 day full of hugs, and you also
awesome.
win a 10-second foot massage. And
A massage as opposed to a massage.
massage.
A massage.
which is different than a massage,
'Cause
and that's
it's
why
for
it's so
moms.
special, because
A
mom
massage.
massage.
Okay. Wah, wah.
So there's
sounds
that.
good to me.
And also, Mom, thank you for knowing the name of my toe. You know, I gave my toe a name so that
We need to hear your
I'm
story.
surprised.
Yeah,
I'm very surprised that you just, want or are okay with letting everyone know the name of your toe. But
She wrote the
I'm glad I
questions
could help
herself,
you out.
Miss Teresa. She wrote them herself. So she wanted the world to know. It's really
So she doesn't mind.
right. We're
Well, Mom,
talking about confessing,
she
and she just wants
basically
to
let out my
confess.
nickname on the live line when Steva was
Yeah.
here and told the whole world my nickname, and I was
Peter.
like, unreal.
Wow.
Mom, you don't have to say it again. You already said it once, okay? Right. All right, Mom. Well, we have to move to our next friend. So we miss you already. I love you very
Okay.
much. Thanks for answering
Love
the
you
question
too.
correct. All right, we'll talk to you later. Love you.
Okay, see ya.
Okay,
Bye. Bye, Aaron.
Bye.
Oh,
Oh, that was fun.
what a cute woman.
Gosh, I want to meet
Oh,
her.
she's just great. Mother Teresa is what we call her.
Mother Teresa.
Mainly because she's just like the nun.
And she's a mother.
Was Mother Teresa a nun?
I'm not Brian Nixon.
That
I don't
was-
know. I feel like you have to be Nix to know.
To know if Mother Teresa was a nun.
Tune in tomorrow morning and you might find out. Just kidding. I don't know.
I think the truth is she was a real nun.
I think she was a real nun.
I think she's a real
And a
deal
great
nun.
lady.
Also mainly known for being a nun in her whole life.
Right.
Known
Serving.
for serving and being amazing. I even think we have like a star me thingy on here, like a little clip for her.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Okay, we're gonna try 2 more friends when we come back. Here's the deal. If these friends don't know who I am, there's gonna be conflict, and I'm gonna have to conflict them
What?
on air.
On air
Real
conflict.
confliction is
Ah.
gonna be happening
A
on
Holy
air.
Spirit confliction.
Holy Spirit confliction. If you have questions, do you have a really good question that I could ask a friend that they would only know about me
Oh, that
if
would
it
be
was
good.
real? Okay, so think about it. Text me at 505-585-5483. Give me a call, 505-338-3700. You can tell me on Facebook Live too or YouTube Live. We'll be listening and paying attention. Okay, don't you go anywhere, because when we come back, more possibly conflicting moments.
Mm.
You don't want to miss. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings,
But
it
you
might
gonna have to. Okay. You gonna have to
That's
if
the
it
voice.
do get there.
That's the voice that's in my head.
Yeah.
When I'm really thinking what I want to say, I'm going to say it like that.
Right.
So tell them in the voice I'm thinking. Tell them don't go
We'll
anywhere
make phone calls with a
because
ghetto interpreter.
we're going to come back.
Right.
Tell them on the microphone in that voice
Okay.
not to go anywhere, because we'll be back with Quality Sound.
I don't go no ways, cause we gonna be back in a few seconds, and you ain't gonna wanna miss it. All right.
We'll be right back.
Sex. It's a word that gets every woman's attention. Sex can be the best or the worst. Many people live in sexual misery because of bad information. Oh, there's lots of talk about sex, but much of it is misguided, courtesy of Cosmo. The church needs to step up and give direction about relationships. She Ministries at Calvary Church invites you to Pillow Talk. Sex, Jesus, and the conversation the church has forgotten. Single or married, women, this is for you. Pillow Talk, Saturday, August 4th, 9 a.m. at Calvary Church on Osuna. Let's be honest. We've tried it our way, and how's that working out for you? Might be helpful to see what our Creator has to say about the original design for sex. Pillow Talk at Calvary Church 4001 Osuna on Saturday, August 4th. Details are at sheabq.org.
You know, it's been said that true worship radiates throughout a person's entire life. Star 88 actually radiates through everything, including your house and your car and the windows. Exposing the enemy. Here's a Star 88 PowerPoint from Pastor Jimmy Evans.
When the Bible comes in you, it's going to find every demon in hell that's trying to destroy your life, and it's going to defeat the devil. This is powerful. This is powerful. And see what before the devil defeats you, he has to disarm you. He wants this to be in a drawer somewhere. He wants this to be on the dash of your car or on your coffee table at home or something like that. He just wants you to have a casual relationship with this, because once he's taken this away from you, you're easy pickings. And when I talk about a two-edged sword, I'm talking about the way we talk, the way we speak. The devil loves people who are negative, who are doubtful, who are gossipy, who are liars. Their mouth is impure, they're vulgar. He loves that because that's darkness and that's his domain. And he can defeat it very easily.
That's Jimmy Evans on a PowerPoint from Star 88. Some say she's fluent in 4 dialects. Dolphin. What? I'm not sure that's even possible. That's Quality Tam.
We are back.
Hello.
Quality Tam here, enjoying this beautiful evening. Thank you, Aaron, for joining me today.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here.
Those of you who are just joining in, just what is that noise? Did you feel like it was like doing the remix version?
Yeah.
Woo! Got me nervous. Wow, that is really exciting. Wanted to tell you guys who Aaron is. He is the guy who makes me laugh greatly. And I thought there is no one better. Obviously, he sings on our worship team and he helps out on this campus.
I am known
runs himself into the ground,
as
working.
Cray-Cray on the street. Oh.
Known as Cray-Cray on
I
the
don't
street. It's a street name if you ever run into him. He has been mistaken for Jesse Lesko once.
Twice.
Twice?
Oh, gosh.
When?
Yeah.
What second
one time,
time?
I'm just going to call him out. Here we are.
Just say it on air.
Amongst my closest friends.
It's
There was
okay.
one time, I was backstage getting ready to go on Wednesday night.
Yes.
Nervous. It was one of the first Wednesdays I'd been
So
here.
scared.
And I walked back, and one of the pastors, should I divulge? Should I say
It was
who?
Nate Heitzig,
It was
wasn't it?
Nate
I
Heitzig.
knew it!
Oh, poor
I knew it!
Nate. So Nate's standing back there, and just the sheer joy on his face. He's there
Oh,
sitting,
he's
talking to his dad,
happy.
and he raises his hands, just like super excited, and he just shouts out, "Jesse!" Exactly.
Wrong
And then he had the
answer.
saddest face because it wasn't Jesse Lesko, it was just me.
Seriously?
Seriously.
I cannot believe
Yeah,
that.
and I could tell he
did he
probably
show
felt,
disappointment?
oh, like
tons
utter
of sadness.
disappointment. Like, who are you looking like Jesse Lesko? His dad saved the day, and he was like, "We care about you too. It's okay. you matter. Thank you for doing what you do here."
So
Like,
people
thank
have
you. I'm just gonna
mistaken
go
you for a
sing
Lesko.
twice.
Yes, a
even my
Levi,
own
a
wife
Jesse.
mistaken me. There was a time Jesse Lesko and I were both from different sides of campus walking into Solomon's Porch to get a coffee, and she thought Jesse was me and that I had changed clothes heading into Solomon's Porch, and it really freaked her out because she saw me walk out of Solomon's Porch the opposite direction, and
Your own wife.
my own wife.
By the way, congratulations!
Thanks,
Aaron
yes.
just got married. We want to just
I
say
did.
congratulations. You literally got married
Yeah.
like 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Solid
Like 10 days?
It's 10 days,
I don't know
10
the
minutes.
numbers.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
Congratulations
Thank
to
you.
you and your
Thank you.
beautiful
11
wife,
days.
Kristen. 11
days
days.
ago.
11's a great number. It's
It
a great
is.
number. Well, when we took a break, we said we'd come back and call some more people who claim to be my friend.
Mm.
We're talking a little bit about what we're talking about, conflict. And
Conflict.
so I was about to be a conflict instigator.
Yes.
I don't want to do that.
Right.
But I want to. I
You
have,
never know what you'll build.
Yeah.
Bring out
Yeah.
of people.
Right.
Mm.
Right. And also, I just need to clear something up. I had called my mother, and she mentioned that she knew the name of my messed up toe, and I do have a messed up toe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty. You saw it.
Yeah, we just saw it during the break. She took her shoes off.
And what was can you tell the Starmies what
Oh,
your
gosh.
reaction was?
If you could imagine Battlestar Galactica, right? Or maybe one of the what are the names of the Imperial ships in Star Wars? The big diamond triangular ones that they have like 9 sides as they fly through space. Imagine a diagonal shaped
Okay, it does
toenail.
not have 9 sides. That's not even real.
It might be a small
It's-
exaggeration, just a slight one. Overall,
It doesn't have 9 sides, but it is pretty messed up. And
It
I will tell you
does-
this: when I was in Rhode Island, I didn't know what to do. I needed a pedicure. I was excited to get one. I went. And I was so terrified because I thought if she pops off that toenail, because I've lost it 4 times. I've lost it. I kicked the spine
No,
of a
you
book.
haven't.
And then it grew back and then fell off and then grew back and then fell off. 4 years of my life, I've dealt with issues with this toenail, this
Wow.
disgusting looking toenail. But you know what I'm thankful for? That's
What's
right. That I have
a
toe.
toenail.
Just toe.
Just toe.
Yep.
You know, I knew somebody. her name was, gosh, it slips my memory. It was
This is-
fifth grade.
Okay.
This is real.
Oh, this is real. I love
Fifth
real
grade.
stories. Okay.
We were in this like robotics class.
Okay.
And this girl did not have a toenail on her
Really?
big toe.
Are you serious?
And she would paint the skin to
Of
make
the-
it
yes.
to make it look
Which
like
is
she had
what
a toenail.
a lot of people do that. I want
Right.
you to know that a lot of people really do that. I don't know where that music came from, but we're
I
just
don't know.
gonna jam
But you know
out
what?
to it.
Pedicures.
But here's the thing.
Here we
You know,
are.
I feel like I'm thankful that I have a toe.
Yeah.
I can't complain about it. My boss, he took a picture of my toe one time, simply just to humiliate
Go on.
in front of all of his friends, everyone that was around. It's 2 or 3 people. And they were everywhere. Oh, so many people, and he was showing it to all these ones of peoples. And he just loves to look at my toe and just give me a look of disgust. And I say, if you don't knock that off, I'm going to touch
Tell
you
him.
with this toenail.
You wouldn't.
I'm doing it. So I named my toe because then I would take care of it like a person. Do you see it? That's why it's Lupita. It's a New Mexican, very, very, right? Okay, so now we said when we came back, we were going to be
Right.
calling some more of my friends. They're supposed to know me. So we're going to call Steve-O.
Let's call him.
Okay.
Let's see what he has
We're
to
going
say.
to call Steve-O. I'm going to see what he has to say, if he can answer these questions. You know, I'm sick of not being invited to these parties anymore. I mean, I've never even been invited to one of his parties. Whenever he has these little parties, you know, it happens. And so sometimes, you know, when I feel like he's ignoring me, I have to hunt him down. And so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to see if he's a real friend.
But genuinely one of the best friends you have.
Ever.
Just
you know?
avoids you,
Just-
doesn't invite you
so-
to parties.
And we'll see if
Oh,
he can
here
answer
we go.
these questions that we have today. We'll see. This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Your call cannot be
Okay,
completed
I
or
don't know
dialed.
why
Please
he.
check the number.
No, he specifically
He gave you the right
is
phone
going
number.
to answer. We're gonna just try one more time because he did give me the wrong number, maybe, which is highly likely. We're gonna see. He better answer. I think he cleared my call. Okay, you know what? That's
Steve-O?
it. I can't even.
He's probably
literally.
listening right now.
He was like one of the
thinking,
main
No way.
people I was gonna call. I don't even know
Try
if
one
I
more
want to
time.
call.
One
Should
more
I try
time.
more?
Try one more time.
I'm just gonna try one more time.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't answer, I have to take a break. He realizes that if he doesn't answer, watch. You just wait. That's it. This boy.
Come on, Jesus.
I'm doing it one time. Okay?
Listeners, if
That's
you could just
it.
say a prayer that Steve would answer. Just right now, wherever you are.
If he hangs up on me, I'm going to be furious. Furious as a cat that fights
With a
another cat.
jacked up toe.
Listen, if he ignores me, this is terrible radio if he ignores me. Oh my gosh, you're here! Hi!
Good morning, sunshine.
Hello!
Hi.
Okay, hold on. Did you literally clear me?
Did I clear you?
Did you clear my call? Twice?
What does that mean?
I called you 2 times before I called you a third time. What if I'd never called you a third time?
Oh, no. Really? This is the first one I've gotten. That's weird.
I hope you're not lying. Okay, no,
Why
I just
would
have
I
to trust
ever
you.
lie to you, Cameron?
That's right. You're right, because you're my friend. And speaking of you being my friend, I wanted
Friends
to...
don't lie.
Friends don't let friends lie, okay?
No, friends don't lie.
And
It's
they
from
don't-
Stranger Things. It's real.
And friends don't lie. So
Right.
I have my friend Aaron with me
Hey, Steve-O.
in here.
Oh, hi, Aaron.
Hi.
And he is going to ask you 3 very important questions, and this is going to determine basically the longevity of our friendship.
Or the reality of
Okay.
said friendship.
Okay, before we get to that, I have a
Don't.
question for Aaron. Aaron, are you on the second mic?
I don't know.
Yes, he's on mic too.
He's on my mic?
Is he not talking into the microphone?
No, he is. I'm just saying that's my mic. So
Oh.
friends also. Well, like ask friends before they borrow things.
Oh,
like,
man. I walked
that's
right
like
into that.
Steve-O mic from the Morning
Just
Invasion.
say.
Like that's a very particular
This
mic.
is a
That's
very-
the gold
What have
plating.
you done, damn it? You
Yeah.
set
I
me
want to take.
up
I take
with Steve-O?
full responsibility for this, and I want to
Oh,
throw it out there. That I
gosh.
am just sorry
I'm
for
gonna
all
have to
of
tell
this.
my wife to give you a lot of free coffee.
So
I'm
thank
so
you.
sorry.
Gosh,
Oh, him, not me.
Not you.
Okay,
Steve-O.
well, you get lots of free coffee now. So at least you got
Perfect.
that out of it. Okay,
Mhm.
top
Okay.
3 questions. Are you ready for this? Don't screw
Yeah.
this up. This is going to determine our friendship.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Okay, Steve-O.
Ready?
Question number 1.
Go.
Has she ever been known to save a human life? If yes, when? Hmm.
Oh, do you want her to
Oh.
repeat the question? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, the answer is yes.
Oh, tell us about
And
that.
when it was literally every time she sings worship because it draws
Oh.
people closer to Jesus and it saves them eternally.
Wow! Steve-O!
Woo!
My goodness.
I mean, that's actually really bad theology, guys. That does not save
That
them listening
is
to Tam sing worship.
not-
That's actually false.
I don't
Okay,
think...
So,
that wasn't the right answer. But you know what?
I mean,
We're gonna give it to him
Is there-
anyway. He won it because
Is
it was
there
better.
a real time?
It was better. There was a real time. It was when I was rafting and we saved lives on the raft. And I told the story while I was here, and it was this big crazy thing. And he listened like a good boy does because he always interrupts me. Oh, sorry, I forgot you're still on the line. And so,
but
you know what I
did you
mean?
share Jesus with them? Because if they had lived, but then they die a few months later and they didn't know Christ,
Then did they really live?
did
But-
you really save
But
a
did
life?
they live, though?
Okay, next question.
Next question.
Number 2.
Steve-O, what is her biggest pet peeve?
Oh, I know this.
Mm.
I know this. Her biggest pet peeve is not allowing me to finish sentences because she loves it when I'm allowed to talk. But unfortunately, anytime we're in
Okay.
a room together, she usually, okay, no.
You're close.
All right.
You're
You
close.
get another. You can flip it if you want to try and reverse
Start
that bad
with the
boy.
end of the sentence.
Try to.
and finish with the
The
beginning.
truth is, she hates being cut off because I am the king of cutting her off. I'm terrible at it. I admit it.
You won. It's you that cuts me off.
You are the biggest pet peeve.
Okay, number 3.
Okay.
Number 3. Oh my gosh,
That's
we're
why.
so
That's why they're
bonding.
not called pet peeves. They're called pet thieves.
So,
yeah.
Good.
That's
that
why
was
I
a
get
good
paid the
one.
big bucks.
like
That was a good
that's,
one.
That's
Okay, number 3.
all right. This is the determining question. Who does she like most, you or Dex?
Oh, the answer is actually C. Tones, her husband.
Okay.
That is true.
Now, did you dodge the question because
she-
you are afraid of the answer?
She puts up with us, but truthfully, she loves Tones.
I can
thus
see that.
The ever after.
I could see that she would love her husband.
If it was between you or Dex that I had to save off
oh my gosh.
of a horse,
Off of a horse.
running
because
fast.
you fall.
Who
very
would
far.
who would I save first?
I think the honest answer, if I'm being truthful, if Dex and I were hanging over a ledge and you had to let go of one of us to save the other, I think it would be so difficult for you because you care about us so much that you'd actually accidentally let us both die. Because you take
That's it.
entirely
That's
too
right.
long to
That's
figure it
it's what
out.
we have written here. That's the answer.
No, in all honesty,
She equally lets us die.
Wow.
can I just say, in all honesty, I would give my life for both of you. I would do it.
And I would let you. So, I would never want to rob you of that blessing because, love has no greater than this. Then one lay down his life
Come
for
on.
his friend.
Come on.
And
That's
I
good.
would never rob you of that
That's
blessing.
a good word.
Save my life.
Oh, come on. Did y'all just feel the Holy Spirit move? That good word from Reverend Dr. Steve-O?
Okay, so I will say this, that we're not going to answer that third question, But today you're winning because Dex is not answering me. Just like you
That's
didn't
'cause
answer
he's at
me.
the mall with his son.
Okay, he did say he was
yeah.
eating sushi with his son, so I'm just gonna say fine. I'm gonna let it go. I'd have to let it go.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you know what? I really appreciate you answering that
Steve-O.
phone call. You know,
You
that for the
know,
third
I did,
time.
and you want to see how important it was for me to answer the phone. I want you
Tell
guys
me.
to listen to something. Here,
Tell me.
watch. Ready? Listen to
Give
this.
it to
See
me.
if you can hear this.
Okay.
Can you guys hear that?
No.
I can't hear a thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. That's the shower running because I was trying to get in the shower, but I'm like, why is work calling me? So I answered the phone. So
Man,
just standing here in a robe.
Just I don't
Just
really want to.
robing it.
Nope,
Just
I don't know if
robing
I
it?
want to. That's the wrong answer. That's the wrong
It was
answer
the right
today.
answer.
But thank you for that. And thank you for just all that you do to waste your
You know.
water and answer our questions. We
Gosh.
have
That's right. We're in a
deep-rooted
drought,
our.
and I answered for you.
Wow.
So-
Get in the shower.
We are in a drought, and so is your body.
Yeah.
Get in
Get
the
in the
shower.
shower.
All right. Okay, good. All right. Sweet.
Love you. Bye now.
Love you.
Woo. Man, what a guy.
What? You
I
know,
mean-
of all the guys, he's probably one of my favorites.
Is he?
He is.
He would have won number 3.
He would
if
have.
you were being asked, if the roles were
Right.
flipped.
If I were being asked.
If the roles were flipped and you were over here and I was over there, and it was,
Right.
you
And this
know,
was my show.
then it would be
and
like
not yours.
Yeah,
It would be a
he would
train
be your
wreck
favorite.
First of all. But yes, he would be my favorite.
It wouldn't be a train wreck. Sometimes
But it would be a car crash.
people.
We'd save the train, but wreck the
Some
car.
people have wondered if I'm going to wreck this ship,
Yeah.
with a P.
Right.
If I'm gonna do that, and I tell them like, okay, yeah, I'm steering the ship, but and then Heidi threw out like, yeah, your relationship.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I don't want to screw this up.
You know, it's one of those things that even if there are train wreck moments, it's funny.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it.
Well, and like Dex said, no, I think I told Dex this. I said,
And like I once said to myself,
like I've said this.
you're not
that-
allowed to quote yourself. Just say it. Just say what you say.
is that sometimes not everyone dies in train wrecks and
It's
car
like
crashes.
I say.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are survivors, and sometimes there's not.
I didn't say that, actually. I got that from someone. I don't know who, but when I remember, I'm going to give them full credit on this station. Yep. Thinking about it, I'm going through the vault, visiting my little files in my head. Well, that was a pretty good one. I'm kind of sad that it took him like 19 times. I just choked.
Train wreck.
19 times to answer the phone, but he did it.
He did.
Ultimately, he
Old
answered.
Faithful.
Okay.
Living in a drought.
We are going to try one more person when we come back.
Oh, this is a good one.
And then we're just going to see. So far, unless you guys want me to try 2 more. We do have 2 more, but let me know if you want 2 more. If we just want 1 more, no one's liking this, we don't have to. But we're going to try 1 more at least when we come back. And we're going to find out. And this one's really important to me.
This is a really important person.
This is a really important person because if this person doesn't know me by now,
Good.
man,
If
you're
you're
not the
listening
only
aimlessly,
dreamer.
you want to pay attention for this next quote friend.
I was trying to quote a Beatles song, but you're not the only one. I forget.
Just play.
So no, I can't. I
Yeah,
can't.
I can't do that.
I'm gonna play a couple songs, and then we come back. We're gonna see, is this person really my friend? I don't know.
Only time will tell.
We'll find out. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Quality Tam. And today, my special guest, Aaron. Thank
Hey.
you. So happy you're here. Tell him the voice.
Now y'all better tune in. Don't turn off the radio, okay? We're gonna be back here in a few minutes, okay? Listening to some music, sis.
And that
Okay,
is
bye.
the voice that I think in. I'll be right back.
Rich Wilkerson Jr. reminds us God's dreams often have to go through a season of darkness. A dream that hasn't been tested cannot be trusted. A solar flare on Star 88. is, she pretends to be a fish and hunts for bears with her bare hands. She's Quality Tam.
What's up, you guys? Listen, we've got some bad news. The show is over. We can't do it. I only have 30 seconds to talk. The person we were calling anyway has a newborn baby, and it's just kind of crazy, right? Hey, but you know what? We've enjoyed the show. Thanks for joining us. We have to go. There ain't no mo.
Ain't no mo.
Ain't no mo. Thanks for the memories. We love you guys. Thanks, Aaron, for being here.
Oh, thanks for having
Appreciate it. If you missed it, look back on Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Love you so much, and we will see you tomorrow on Quality Tam. Hey, hey, ho, Quality Tam brought to you by Power Ford. Faith Family Ford.
For over 40 years, La Salita Restaurant has been serving New Mexican food to Albuquerque. From starters like soups, salads, and Cindy nachos to entrees like chili rellenos, burrito de Eduardo, the BOG burrito, and carne adobada. La Salita is friendly to those who are vegan or gluten-free and offers catering, as well as a rewards program at 1950 Wansabo or online at lasalita.com. Star 88 thanks La Salita for their support. Preston Hart is a Star 88 power partner. Preston Hart strives to improve our community through graphic design and screen printing, and a portion of every sale is put towards a community impact initiative. Preston Hart, screen printing, live printing, and graphic design. Our portfolio and more information is online at PrestonHart.com. That's PrestonHart.com. Star 88 thanks Preston Hart for supporting this station.
Music with more than a beat. Vertical worship, Christian hits, and fresh indie on Star 88. KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe.